Now, I don't know if you got, you guys need to get on Twitter, chat. I'm telling you, chat, right now, if you don't have a Twitter account, make a Twitter account and follow me on Twitter. I'm going to start doing more shit on Twitter because a lot of the things that happen in the world, like before news ends up on YouTube, it happens on Twitter first. You feel me? Do you have any idea how much 230 million US dollars is, bro? They stole it from one guy, and instead of, these guys are so stupid, bro. Like I always say, if a nigga like me had the knowledge to be able to properly socially engineer and do shit like this, bro, the first order of business when you pull a heist, especially of that magnitude, bro, you should be planning your disappearance off of the internet and off of the earth from any government records more than you should be planning the heist. So as soon as the heist is done, your next step is ensuring and investing into making sure your very existence on any government documents, any social security number, any social media presence, any pictures, anything on the internet should be removed and wiped clean. Move to the Middle East, move to any Eastern European country, go far, far away. And before you use any of the money, you have to let it cool down first, because when you pull off a heist like this, it's something, they call it hot money. The money is hot. So if you start transacting from the wallet that has this much money, because this is Bitcoin, so it's on the blockchain, it can be tracked. You feel me? What you have to do is you have to first get a mixer. So you mix up your Bitcoin, you mix up your coins. Send that shit to XMR, which is Monero, which is a fully private coin. It cannot be tracked. When you put that into Monero, you put that in a cold wallet, in some separate cold wallet, so you distribute it. You have to let that sit for a year at least before you spend any money. Let that sit for a year. Let that money cool down. Once it cools down, you make some connections, you find a unregulated crypto, you feel me? A crypto, broker or over-the-counter seller that transacts with XMR, or does trades or transactions from XMR to Bitcoin. And then once you do that, you start incrementally, slowly putting that money aside, pulling that money out of crypto, pulling it out of crypto. And then what you want to do is start purchasing real estate portfolios, not just real estate properties. You need to start purchasing real estate portfolios by themselves, not just properties. So you sell them, or you start cash flowing businesses like a casino or any sort of business that can generate cash. So you have proof of income if the government starts asking you, where's this money coming from? So you build a cash flowing business in a place that has a lot of, foot traffic, so you can cover your ass. So you clean the money. And then once you clean the money, you invest into some real estate portfolios, not just buildings, portfolios, so you can clean the money faster. Once you do that, you rinse and repeat until you clean as much of the money as possible. And once you have a big enough portfolio, now you can start kind of clearing out a good majority of the Monero or the Bitcoin that you cleaned by the tens of millions, until you have as much cash as you want, as much properties as you want. And after you do that, you do not go back to the internet whatsoever. You beat the game of life. You basically cannot go back to social media. You cannot do anything in your life ever. But you've won life and you've made it to the top of the mountain. You speaking from experience? Don't ask me how I know this, bro.
Scammers successfully stole $240 million from a single victim, but their success was short-lived. This group of dweebs lasted about as long as Concord did, because within a month, they were caught and assets frozen, 2 of them already being indicted, and it's all thanks to zachxbt. This is someone I've talked about before. Yep. This guy is like Jason Bourne. If he's on your tail, your goose is cooked. zachxbt is
Look at that, bro. Look at that, bro. Niggas got 4,000 plus Bitcoin from one person. And instead of being smart and playing the long game, cleaning the money. These niggas immediately started flexing. Young niggas, 20 years old, no company records, no business records, no nothing records. Just out here buying Lamborghinis, buying cars. I think one of the guys bought 10 cars in cash, bro. Multi-million-dollar mansions, no proof of work, no nothing. Buying Lamborghinis for women that don't like them. Bro, these niggas are fucking retarded, bro. Bro, if I...
A scammer's worst nightmare. Him and CoffeeZilla, I have the utmost...
If St. Lucia had scammers, a lot of niggas would be dead, gang. A lot of niggas would be dead in St. Lucia. And I say that not because St. Lucia is a small place, blah, blah, blah. But niggas down here don't have any patience. They don't have any emotional control. The moment a nigga comes up 100K, immediately he's gonna want to start flexing it. Buy a BMW, buy a Audi, buy a Alteza, and mod it like crazy. Flexing, going live, counting up money. Bro, niggas would get caught so easily. This is why I thank the Most High I'm a good person. I thank the Most High I'm a good person, because if I was a bad person with the knowledge that I have, bam. Ooh. Not only would niggas hate me, niggas wouldn't be able to trace me. It would probably get to a point where I would purchase citizenship by investment to a different island, and once I'm done rinsing the pockets of as many people as possible, move to another island and disappear. Ooh, niggas would have hated me. Thank the Most High I'm a good person, bro.
Most respect for. They do incredible work.
Bro, yeah. Buy a Lexus, drop it, put that on some rims, sound system, wide body kit, straight pipe, twin turbocharge. Boy.
Work with holding these pieces of shit accountable and catching them. And zachxbt spearheaded this crazy investigation where he got everything.
Are doing
like he has probably more information on these guys than their own parents do. He's probably got all their fucking report cards from 2nd grade till they graduated.
I hate
it is wild. And there's also video footage of them committing the crime. These goobers got the biblical smackdown put on them by Zach here. And since there's video recording of this, we get to hear from them. And holy shit, you get to hear just how sad and pathetic these dweebs are. And Zach also got like some of their messages that they exchanged, and one guy tried to use all of the money he stole to get girls, and yet continued to get rejected by all of them, at least from what we can see. It is unbelievable how pathetic they are. Anyway, here's kind of like the general breakdown of what happened. On August 19th of 2024, they targeted a Genesis creditor by calling his Google support via spoof number to compromise the account, calling his Gemini support claiming the account is hacked, social engineered victim into resetting two-factor and sending Gemini funds to a compromised wallet, and then got the victim to use AnyDesk to share screen and leaked private keys from the Bitcoin core. He then also has some of the messages they exchanged about all of it. Reading through their messages, you can see that it's pretty much all social engineering. This is what hacking actually looks like for the most part. Very rare.
Let me see. He lagged out. We have access to Atomic Wallet, main emails, and blockchain wallet. Wallet ended in 3P. We have one-on-one. We have a lot. Don't forget, we can tell him about what W said too if need be. I just don't like scaring people too much. Okay, so these niggas knew about, these niggas were on his ass with the social engineering shit, for real. He could save it in his notes and blah, blah, blah. Did it a few times. Please just take a picture of the last score or the private key. You can crop the rest of it out. Just please take a picture for now. You don't have to send it anywhere. That's another thought, okay? Because if they say his shit was hacked or whatever, and he contacts support, there's a high chance they ask him for the last 4. So then they tell him the last 4 and then they can gain access. Okay, so these guys are smart but stupid at the same time, bro.
Very rarely is there a case where it's someone with fucking 5 keyboards surrounding them that they're typing on, injecting some kind of worm and code into the mainframe to hack, like the way it's portrayed in the movies with like a turbo hacker man with
yeah, that's true, bro. A big misconception about hacking. People think hacking is like going on your computer and brute forcing into everything, and no, bro. A large majority of hacking these days is social engineering, getting people to fall for your mental gymnastics.
With sunglasses on, typing away furiously. Usually it's someone just pretending like, oh yes, I'm Phil Cheeseburger on behalf of Microsoft support, you're compromised. That's usually how it goes. So like reading through it, What you can do is, please just take a picture of the last 4 of the private key. You can crop the rest out and just please take the picture for now. You don't have to send it anywhere. So like they're just giving lines that they can feed this guy to convince him to do what they need in order to steal his money.
Yeah,
they're basically just choosing dialogue tree options in a Bethesda game to try and steal people's shit.
Take 1 step.
No way. No fucking way.
I see it, bro. It's on the blockchain. It's on the blockchain, bro.
No fucking way, nigga.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
No fucking way.
This is when the money just hit.
Yo!
They just made $250 million. Instead of working on disappearing as a team, they decided to flex. These guys are so stupid. They decide when they made that, they decided to flex the money on the guy who is this guy's zachxbt, cryptocurrency investigator. This guy, yo, if this guy wants to find something on the blockchain, he's gonna find it. And you know what these niggas did? When they completed the heist, they started to taunt him. They were going to clubs. And you know, in some of those clubs where you could put like text on the clubs and then the bottle girls are going to come out like this and whatever. They put this guy zachxbt's name on one of the signs to basically taunt him. These guys are so fucking, yo. I always say if a nigga like me was a bad person and I was in their position, bro, I would fake my death. Me, I come up for $238 million. Nigga like me, I am spending $50 million to fake my death. I'm spending $50 million on an elaborate cinematic, like, bro, I'm spending $50 million to fake my death so I can disappear. I'm putting if I have to give a politician $10 million in his pockets to just go in the government's computers to delete my name. Like, bro, you guys don't understand. Because even if it costs me $100 million to disappear from that 238 million, and I only have $138 million left, you think I'm gonna give a fuck? Oh my gosh, bro, I only have $138 million left, bro. I only have $138 million. Only. I'm telling you, bro, these niggas are fucking stupid, my nigga. Because the truth is, life after a certain point of money, life doesn't change. Say, for example, you have $50 million worth of real estate, a portfolio, you're making millions of dollars a year, you have every car you want, everything you want, you can go anything, you can go anywhere you want, when you want, private jets when you want. When you get to that point, making more money isn't going to change how you live. So I have to, if I get to a point, I'm not going to say if, because I don't want to, put myself in a position to do that. But if I was a bad person and I was in their position and I came up 238 million, gang, if I have to spend $100 million to erase my entire existence from quantum reality to a point where no government agency, no one can find me whatsoever. Niggas could call on Satan himself to ask him to locate me, and not even a devil himself would be able to locate me. If I had to spend $100 million to do that, I'm spending it, bro. You niggas don't understand, bro. These niggas were so stupid.
Money brothers.
It's a quarter of a bill.
These niggas freak out like a bunch of pussies, bro.
Split 3 ways or is it 4 ways? That's
That's pretty funny. Pretty 10 pretty funny.
I'm gonna lose my shit.
I can legitimately hear the Cheeto dust and fedora that the guy's wearing who keeps saying, probably a pretty penny. Probably like 10 pretty pennies. He sounds so fucking congested. Like, I'm congested out the wazoo right now. But even I don't sound that bad, I don't think. Good lord, brother. Holy. Dude just sounds like a wedgie magnet. It's actually baffling to me that they pulled this off and then had all of this evidence that they themselves gathered against themselves. Like, this is a private recording of them.
I wonder if he's gonna show like the things they did.
You steal $240 million and you leave the biggest possible digital footprints. That's mind-boggling. zachxbt claims that he has over an hour and a half of footage of these fucking goobers. There's also times where they slipped up revealing full names and other important information that Zach was able to gather. And the one I really want to focus on is Malone. Zach got some really good information on Malone because this guy loved to flaunt all of this shit. So he gets all this money and immediately starts spending $250 to $500K a night and giving out Birkin bags to random girls.
Oh my goodness,
there were girls on TikTok that were walking away from his parties just carrying Birkin bags, and I guarantee he didn't even get so much as a kiss on the cheek for it. This guy was blowing $500,000 a night to try and get laid, and I guarantee.
Yeah, and that's their first mistake. Like, doing shit like this over something like Discord is so stupid, bro. It's so stupid, bro. Shit like this, if you have a team with you, you got to do shit like this on person, bro. You got to, and you can't do it in your location where you stay. You have to move to a completely different country, new device, new everything. Stay inside. You cannot leave your house until the heist is complete. You have to set up your getaway. You have to spend 80 to 90% of planning your getaway and what you're going to do with the funds, who you're going to contact. You have to spend months of preparing and planning, putting yourself in positions to, form relationships with politicians as much as you can, get as close to government as much as you can, as close to police get as close to everyone you possibly can. So when you do finally pull off the heist, you have the contacts. You can just text. Not even Telegram. Telegram has been compromised for a long time. Let me tell you what these guys use. Because when I used to work for Andrew Tate, at one point in time, when the Twitter account I ran got big, he actually put me, Luke, his cousin, put me in a group with Andrew himself. So whenever Andrew wanted me to post something on the Twitter, we were in the group together. So at one point I still have Andrew's number. He didn't change it, but there's no point in calling him. Like, what is he gonna do for me? You feel what I'm saying? But the app that these people use, the app that billionaires use to converse with one another, the app that real gangsters use to talk to one another privately is an app called Signal. Signal. Signal is a lot better, a lot more private, a lot safer, a lot more encrypted than Telegram. That's what we use to talk.
Guarantee he's still a virgin. Now,
Signal still has roots, but it's not as tapped as Telegram.
Bought his crush a pink Lamborghini as well as 3 Birkin bags to try and lure her in and make her fall in love with him because of his money, and it doesn't work. Bro. He reaches out saying, "I got you a present. We'll call it an early birthday gift, a thank you gift. I appreciate you so much, heart." And all she says is, "I am taken once again," and he says, "I don't care." Malone, I know you care. Dude probably fell to his knees, crying into his hands. All this money, and he still cannot get a girl to be interested.
Because niggas don't understand. Money doesn't make you a G. Money doesn't make you the man. If you're a loser and you win the lottery, now you're just a loser with a lot of money. But if you're a G when you're broke, if you're that nigga when you're broke, when you're rich, you're just more of that nigga. Like, it just amplifies who you are. You feel me?
Interested in him. Seems like he's using every doubloon that he stole to try and buy a girl's heart, and it is not working for him. She just shuts it down immediately, reminding him that she has a boyfriend. Like, that's so good. She doesn't even say thank you, by the way. This guy must actually be a huge nuisance, like a big piece of shit. She doesn't even bother to try and thank him. He must always try and use money as leverage on people or some shit. Because she doesn't even entertain the idea for a second. That is so good. There is a part of me that hopes that she did at least still take the keys from him for the pink Lambo and then have the boyfriend reach out telling Malone thanks for the car. That would be the cherry on top. Now, Malone is one of the 2 that have already been indicted, so we get to take a look at this Casanova right here. This is the guy. We get to put a face to this pathetic douchebag. He was very public with all of his money and all of his spending too. So zachxbt actually pulled up his Instagram and some of the photos on it where he'd flaunt the money that he stole and what he spent it on. Here's one from his Instagram page, which is unfortunately private now, so I can't peruse to see what other bangers might have been on there. But I love how even in this photo, Malone is like the least visible person there. His two friends are front and center and Malone is in the background. Even in his own Instagram post, he is not like the main focus. This guy must have just been like a perpetual fucking loser, even in his own friend group. He gets hundreds of millions of dollars here, and still they don't respect him and don't care about him. They just use him for his money, and he is fine with that. That's the impression I get. Here's some more photos from his partying where he'd blow hundreds of thousands a night and buy girls Birkin bags. Anyway, though, let's talk about some of the others. So zachxbt identified pretty much everybody here, so another one that also got indicted is Box. Now, Zach was able to find not only the information on these people, but also where all the funds were coming through, which led to a lot of the funds being frozen, as I understand it. I highly recommend you go to zachxbt's actual Twitter page if you want like a full in-depth breakdown on how he did all of this. It's extremely impressive, and I'm too stupid to fully understand all the ways that he was able to pull this off. But what I do understand is that Zach fucked him. Like,
by the way, in chat, what Nightbot just posted, if you read it, it says, click here to anonymously submit any crazy confessions you may have. So I'm no longer just taking questions to be answered on stream, but you guys, you guys can actually send crazy confessions with the Google link, and it's anonymous. So you guys can clip farm, you guys can say some crazy shit so I can read some of these confessions on stream and get clips from them. Trust, that's how we blow up. What they say, fake it till you make it. Fuck it, bro. We gotta do what we gotta do, bro.
Like,
Real
he
shit.
absolutely went wild on him. And now, 2 of them have been indicted, and I think it's only a matter of time before the rest will also face justice too. Overall, though, after reading through it all, I'm pretty surprised at how effective this was from these snot-nosed weirdos. They didn't do anything particularly new with this. It seems like pretty standard by-the-book social engineering with the Google support phone call, that kind of shit. That's something people have done for years. The method by which they actually took the Bitcoin is pretty different. Like, I haven't seen that done before, but to actually get in the door through this social engineering method is something that has been done for so long. I am just kind of surprised that it still worked this well for them with someone that had that much money. You would think that they probably wouldn't fall for something like that, but what's been proven time and time again is that just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean that you're super fucking smart. So they got very lucky that their victim played along, even gave them screen control, and they took that money. And the victim is very lucky that zachxbt was on the case to catch all the people here and maybe at some point even get the money back. But right now, the thing to celebrate is that zachxbt has done an incredible job with this investigation, identifying all of the scammers here and getting
Yo, this story was crazy, bro. I always said if I was a bad person and I was in a position to do some shit like that, especially when I used to be big in crypto, bro, I wouldn't even be in St. Lucia right now. I would be somewhere in Eastern Europe on a couple 100 acres of land, far away from everyone, no phone, no nothing. The only way I get access to phones or whatever is if I have to travel to a whole other country in a different time zone to gain access to shit, to check on social media. Some niggas are just stupid, but, you know.